Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations and a warm shout out to all of my early risers. Welcome to this channel. I love the early morning hours because you can hear your mental conditioning and you can hear your own divine intelligence communicating with you. So, just gonna just chat in today's early morning simple routine. I keep it so simple over here because simplicity I have found is very complementary to calm, mental health, mental stability, and relaxation. Greetings, greetings. So, I've had my plants are not around. I've had to bunny proof my house because I have two new family members. I have Magical and Manifest. And I have rescued them from a cage at the market, piled them with a bunch of other little bunnies, and their compost is also great for my garden. They are super high energy and they're all over the place. I can barely get any sleep, so I have some new babies. So, our early morning routine, I'm not going to do a million steps. For me, it's really getting up, being really quiet, and usually I have water in a wine glass, or this might be about 20, a little over 20 ounces of warm hot water or tea. And something that I really love, so I don't have a whole lot of makeup and stuff for you, is Rasta caps, right? So my sister made this one, which I really love, which is 100% cotton. And underneath on my really fine hair, I have one of these stocking caps that you get from the beauty supply store. So, being that I am inside of the garden a lot, I'm in the garden or I'm doing a movement practice, dust can and will get inside of my hair. So, I'm not doing anything. I mean, although I love curls, my head doesn't hold curls much. I'm not twisting. So, I need simplicity so I can get around it so I can function. And then also in the colder months, you don't want to be cold and wet. So this is the ultimate freedom hair. I'm calling it freedom hair, Afro locks, whatever your expression is, rock out. Because I'm not doing all of that. So I want simplicity. I want to look cute. I have a simple cotton dress on, so I can go. I have to clean the rabbits areas. I have to do the garden. My movement practice is a lot to get done. So I'm just not taking a whole lot of time with this, and it's not necessary. I always wanted and wondered why can't, as Afro women, we just have that get up and go hair? And actually we do, even with fine hair. It's not twisted. The trade-off is that it's all flat, but that's fine by me. And I find the more I embrace it, the more freedom and free time and resources I have. So y'all want to check this routine out, because I got things to do, and I don't want to do it in a sense of do, right? Do this, do that, rush myself and create more anxiety. I want to be very, very relaxed. So I really love Rasta caps because I feel like they're cute, and if you really like the way that they're made, they really help you keep your hands out of your hair. So what's your early routine, Coastal Peach? So I can put a shower cap over this if I need to. I can go from the garden. I can work out. You can see what's going on with your skin. I love Rasta caps. Now, I don't, for those folks, I do know that I have all kind of folks in Rasta that come to my page. Shout out, blessings to you. I do not claim Rasta or anybody's religion. I love a lot of the lifestyle. I have a lot of Rastas in my, a few Rastas in my family from childhood. Love the lifestyle, but I don't claim any religions. I'm more into simple lifestyle. So see that? Nothing on my neck when it's hot, when I want to do my movement practice. I don't have to worry about my hair getting caught in the inside the rope. Don't have a really regular routine. Okay, I love routine, even though sometimes I can be loose with it. Babies help give you routines because they're up when it's really, really early, and they're eating raw vegetables all day and hay all day, and they like to nap at certain times. So they're about to let me know that they're done with all this. But I had to move all of my plants because they're eating on my house plants. You're upset with your hair. Don't be upset with your hair. Your hair wants to communicate. Does it want to be left alone? Is it itchy? Upset with your hair? Like Stephanie said, I'm upset with my skin. Or is my skin upset with what I've been doing to it and what I've been putting into it? Because the hair, the body, and the skin, these animate, living, organic human suits, they're having a communication with us. If we had enough sleep, if we have undigested food in them, if mentally we're being overstimulated, that affects our hair growth too, because as you can look all throughout YouTube, a lot of stress will make our hair fall out, right? The body's having a physiological reaction to all this stimulus that we're putting on it. Yeah, my hair is very fragile and delicate. I like to say it's fragile, more so it's delicate. And if it's fragile, how did it get to be fragile? Was it always fragile? So perhaps in the quiet, we can listen and ask questions of ourselves. Really like you're asking a question of your divine onboard intelligence, and just listen out. Because if we listen and we pay attention and get quiet to the patterns, the answers will be right there in terms of how to proceed or when to do nothing, or if it's too much stimulus. It's just a doctrine of signature. Your body is giving you a communication about whatever you have been doing to it long term. Sometimes it's a tipping point, and with your body, just that one more meal or that one more piece of substance masquerading as a food will tip your body over to the other side, was having a response or reaction. It's resilient, but it can only take so much. My temples are bald, female pattern baldness. Well, over here, I'm into radical self-acceptance. So my hair is very fine. If my hair was hanging on by a shoestring, immediately it's going off. I have no problem. I've done it before. I've shaved it bald in my own journey just to see what would happen, and how I was watching and observing my own thoughts to see how I would respond to my own inner critic, and if I felt embarrassed or whatever. Just my own exercise in radical self-acceptance. So I would cut it off, do a peach fuzz if that's what I needed to. I'm not going to hold on to a concept of locks. It's only hair, and you give it the meaning that you want to give it. And I've always had thick long hair. The last 5 years, been seeing damage in it. So you're telling, you see the damage. You've been ignoring the damage. So if we get quiet, it's a communication. That's why I call it radical self-acceptance over here. This is what it is. This is the hair I have. I'm in full acceptance. I'm not doing twisting. I'm not doing oil. I need ease and relaxation, because it's an inner critic about our human suit and our appearance, more so to other people than health. So that is why I say I have decided to trade in beauty for health and confidence. We're all at our most attractive, right? And attractive to who? Attractive when we're at our healthiest and when we're relaxed. It's not very relaxing to constantly, and I'm not making it bad or wrong, but like, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? What are they thinking? What do we think? How do we feel? And that may require a bit of courage, from us. So I'm prioritizing relaxation over here. I can't be worried about what strangers are thinking, because I got things to do. You think these rabbits give two cookies about what my hair is looking like? They just want their cabbage, their lettuce, and their cilantro. They could care less. You think your breasts and your womb care what your hair is looking like? Your body's just communicating about the stimulus that's going on, enough rest, enough sleep. And so acceptance, and after the acceptance, relaxation. This is what it is, and we can get about the business of nurturing ourselves and being still, nurturing and soothing yourself in your warm or hot shower, when you put your oils on your skin, as you decide what kinds of nourishment you're going to put into your cells, what your mental state is as you're taking in that energy or that nutrition that's going to become a part of your skin, your arteries, your gut health. Beating up diabetes, sugar, controlling intake, not controlling the urges. Well, Coastal Peach, it might be seeming to beat you up. I invite you to make use. I have several tools, right? And it's a journey. If you could just relax, it's a journey. If you are desiring to balance that out, you can. I'm pretty sure you know a lot intuitively to do it. It can be very anxiety ridden and make us panic, right? The consequences of diabetes, those diagnoses, or really where the body is at this point. It's having a response to whatever we have been doing to it. So as someone, for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm Body-Culinary, personal trainer, professional chef, lover of a natural lifestyle, as natural as I can get it. in the times that we're in on this channel. I love to encourage peaceful consumption, to start or reactivate a movement practice, and to start your garden for so many reasons, especially because these simple lifestyle practices we have access to is something that we can do. Activities, not just the rhetoric and watching somebody on the screen. The things that we can get into, that we can do, where we can be responsible, get into action around the things we say we desire or we value. So if it gives you anxiety, I invite you to unpack it. So there's a lot that's going on there chemically within our bodies and within our minds, and it's just being expressed. The way that we're consuming food is just a reaction to what's going on up here. So I invite you. There are several tools that I have available, and you can find them on Body-Culinary. So there's natural beauty, no products. You can see what I've been doing. Someone has had a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation. Food and my movement practice. Food and your movement practice. And you can come across these revelations and epiphanies. Ultimately, we will have to get into action around what we say we desire. So I can't see what your hair looks like. You're welcome to always reach out to me at info@bodyculinary.com. If you can't get in contact with me, you're welcome to leave a message, to get on the mailing list so you know when I have special events and trainings. But the resource is natural beauty, no products. I'm using food, fresh whole food on my hair and my skin. I'm using food, not products. I'm using food. And then also you can avail yourself of the guide that I put together for all the questions that people ask me, because it's mental hygiene. A lot of times we're thinking of the hygiene on the outside, but there's mental hygiene that contributes to our relaxation. That's going to contribute to our food choices. And diabetes, I don't know if you have type 1 or type 2, though diabetes type 2 is a condition of lifestyle, as a response to our lifestyle. I would even say that it's interesting. I think that diabetes is, without sounding esoteric, spiritual / metaphysical, or symbolic, rather, the simplest way I can put it, in terms of us wanting sweet all the time and not being in acceptance of the withdrawal that comes with changing habits, letting go of foods, and toxic relating to people. So it relates. It's interesting if we crave it without making ourselves bad or wrong. We want sweet sugar, and we run away from and avoid the very bitter herbs and the sour foods. Those are the very things that parasites don't like, that cancerous cells cannot thrive in the presence of oxygen in the system, which is coming from where? It's not coming from sugar. It's coming from those oxygenating greens. So then it becomes, what is the way to get as much greens into the body in ways that are sustainable and like, okay, I can live with this, and somewhat pleasant, enjoyable, so you don't have to keep thinking about it anymore, right? The relaxation. So it's your mental, right? Which is going to drive from a subconscious place. We keep relying just on the conscious. It's subconscious. It's very practical. We have human fears: fear of poverty, fear of old age and death, fear of loss of love, of being never finding love and being alone, fear of criticism, fear of ill health. These are primal human fears that are being triggered all the time in front of these screens. Triggeration. And even if you look at the rabbits, they are creatures of prey. I'm saying that backwards. They are creatures of prey. So they're very skittish. They're very nervous because we think we're coming down to pet them, but to them, we appear as big predators that are going to lift them up and eat them. So they feel safe. They will constantly burrow holes, and they'll dig to protect themselves so they can feel comfortable. So this is why I'm saying the garden, nature, is teaching me so much in a practical way that I just did not ever get in a church, right? Or any of the spiritual houses that I've been in. Those are considered primal fears. So I talk about them a lot in cocoon training, which is very early in the morning. Some people may not be able to get up there early, but for the early risers, get the prize. So the cocoon is usually, it can be anywhere from 2 to 4. It's usually about 2 hours where we're making food, and we're also prepping for the day. right? And we're dealing with the mental and getting into action, right? Getting into action around the things that we say that we value. So I invite you to grab that guide. It has different spending plans and ideas of the different types of things that you can prepare. That's not the recipes per se, focusing on just the food preparation, though I do show you pictures of what I've been eating all of these years to maintain this as a sustainable lifestyle that I enjoy. Then you take the hair off the table. You take worrying about your food off the table. So you're freeing up energy for other things. That's the other thing with this hat. I don't want to be thinking about my hair all the time. This is a lot of internalized. Some of it's projected through the screens, and some of it is internalized stressor. I speak backwards. Pressure and stress. So freeing up the mental. How can we do this? We're trying to free up the mental by putting more mental pressure. When the relaxation I find is in activities and conscientiously sitting down to breathe and to be quiet. So already at 16 minutes, and I'm not going to stay on here very long. So I invite you to just, there are some relaxation videos on this channel of meditation and relaxation. We'll be putting more up on the website on body-culinary.com. I think that's why I'll be posting, because I have so much backlog content and I'm one person. So I'm very easy. Want to be effort to be very easy on myself, right? That's why I find social media can burn you out mentally, right? It can stimulate subtle envy and fear of missing out. Gotta be very, very aware as we are consuming from these screens, because now the most important real estate and energy consumption is your mental space, right? It has us driving ourselves crazy over trying to quote unquote look good, which in many cases is compromising our health. So for health, first thing is radical self-acceptance. This is what it is. This is what I have. If I got pain in my knees and my back, just slow down. I invite you, and I like to tell grown folks what to do, to slow down. We're working with a part of our mental conditioning that is our ego, and it's no joke. It is primal, has knee-jerk reflections. It is not logical. That is not its purpose, right? Its purpose is to protect ourselves. See, this is really practical. So those things are available for you on Body-Culinary. You're welcome to come in and to move with me. One of my biggest tools in my toolbox is my movement practice, my garden, and my consumption, and making the effort to be relaxed when doing it. And there's a time to also have really intense, vigorous, joyous, safe, but vigorous, joyous movement. That will make you feel so much better. That's circulating all that nutrition that you're putting into your body up to your scalp. Once you've done your best, as Grandma Lou would say, you do your best and you wash your hands. That's it. That's all you got. So that guide, Whole Living Foods in the Hood with Menus to Fit Your Budget, you can find that guide on body-culinary.com. That's available, as well as Natural Beauty, no products, only food. It's naturally vegan just because it's just plants. That's what cleared up my skin. It's just plants. And I've made a decision a long time ago to take 110% responsibility for my health. I'm the main one that has a vested interest in my health, and it's going to require me to do something, not to just sit and consume mentally here. I invite you to replay this throughout the day as you're cutting up your vegetables, as you're stretching on your exercise mat, or as you're decluttering, right? So you get something back for the time that you're investing onto the internet. So with that being said, just going to take a quick little sit on a yoga block. Take a few minutes to breathe, right, for relaxation. Just a few minutes, just to center yourself. So you're welcome to take a comfortable position, to roll your shoulders around, down, and back. Pull that belly button into the spine so your lower back is not pinched. And just to do some deep breathing. So being mindful to make the effort to be aware that your inhale is just as long and as deep as your exhale. And the lungs are down here, not just in the throat, so that we're not breathing shallow. Just something as regular as breathing during the course of the day can be very centering, right? So the contemplation, right? Just a question you can ask, and then allow your divine intelligence, onboard intelligence, to bubble up to the surface. No religion required. To ask a question: What is there that I need to do so that I can feel centered today? What is there simple that I have access to that I can do to feel grounded and centered? So you're invited to feed and nourish yourself with the most nutrient dense, water rich, colorful, peaceful fuel that is available to you today, right? That's the best that we can do, right? And to take some quiet moments to breathe and to nurture yourself. With that, I'm inviting you all to create a great day on purpose, just because you said so. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at info@body-culinary.com. Come and move with me in the early day. This is my most favorite time of the day is the early morning. So that's where you can find me. All right, y'all. And Kwasa, peaceful like full belly, eating on TikTok. See you soon. Create a great day.